So the police just left again. I had to contact the police again because I was told that every single time that this guy across the street harasses me, to get it documented with the police. So today, I'm sitting in my car. I was actually just finishing up a very long letter, after reading a very long letter from my congressman, Andre Carson, to which I'm very happy and appreciative and grateful that he took the time out of his day to write me a very responsible and thoughtful letter. And I really appreciate his words and his support. So as I was sending the email, I look up and I see my neighbor coming across the street once again. Now I've asked the mail people to relocate his mailbox to the other side of the street so that he can stop coming over here. Because he's using that as a reason to just harass a disabled person. Okay? He comes over. I saw him pick up a piece of trash and throw it into my yard. Tossed it up into my yard. I watched it from my side mirror. I watched the entire thing. So I immediately get out of the vehicle because I'm sitting in my car writing to Andre Carson because my cell phone carrier still hasn't fixed the cell phone tower here. So I can't sit inside of my house and use my cell phone, to which this is important for these reasons here too. So the police came and I said, look, I'm just calling because this man is a consistent. He consistently does these foolish things. Now, it seems really petty. You're correct. But after 5 years of dealing with this, and I'm gonna have to move because I no longer. I don't feel safe here. I don't feel safe here because of him. He has done something to the neighbor. Their dogs all of a sudden passed away. We won't get into that here because, that's just whatever it is. The neighbors down the road here, they all witness him do the crazy things that he does. The biggest thing is the drone, which is a federal felony. Now, I have several other police reports where I finally just get so fed up and I call the police because this is happening. This harassment is happening. Now, what he likes to do, though, is he likes to call the Mayor's Action Center about my weeds, about the trash that he's throwing in my yard. I got something about. I have to hobble myself over and pick up this trash before he takes a picture of it and sends a letter to the Mayor's Action Center. I don't know when that time is. It's snowing right now, but I'm sure that we'll be expected to have our yards in tip-top shape, or at least me, I will. But he can have weeds and stuff growing everywhere else, and I don't care about weeds. That's so frivolous and so petty. What I care about is the constant harassment and his terrorism in his hate for me not being. I don't really know what his problem is. Where it started from. Maybe it's the fact that I don't live with a man. Maybe it's the fact that I'm the only woman. I don't know what his problem is, but him and his family are they're nasty people. They say horrible things about me. They laugh at me when I'm stuck in the snow. They laugh at the kid that was down the street. He got his car stuck in my driveway. And they sat out here and played this funny chicken noise. There's other videos on here. This will go into my collection of the hate crimes. So I'm just going to go ahead and upload this video because this is my encounter with this person. I am trying to stand up to a person who is a bully, who is terrorizing me, who is repetitively, consistently. There is a pattern of harassment between the drone, between the arguments, between everything, the things that aren't documented with the police. And then the cops were like, why don't you go inside and sit in your house? Well, I told him, sorry, I'm having a spasm, that this is probably the most comfortable seat that I have is in my car. That's the only reason I'm out here. And my cell phone doesn't work inside of my house because of the cell phone towers here. Okay, I'm going to have to go. I'm going to upload this video just so it's on the record, but this is what I go through every single day. I can't even just sit at my house. I can't even sit here just for one whole fucking day without this man doing something ridiculous. And I'm tired of it. I've done nothing wrong. I'm not losing my shit on you, and I'm sorry to get loud, but it's at the same time, like, how much can a person take? Just living, just existing. It's constant harassment. And this president, that's what I wrote to my congressman. This president and his regime is making this even worse for us. It's bad enough that I'm disabled. It's bad enough that I'm povertized. It's bad enough that I'm getting ready to lose everything. And I can't enjoy my house that I have while I've had it. Because he's a crazy person. I told him, I think he's mentally unstable. Why do you like to use your drones and your electric cars and stuff? Why do you come over and you watch the kids? Why do you try to use my tree line to drive your drone over to watch the girl jump up and down on the trampoline over here to my neighbor's house? What is wrong with you? And I know the police just think I'm a lunatic, but you know what? I'm tired. I'm fed up. He has a lot of, super soakers and stuff over there. I'm scared. All the time I'm scared to stand up to anybody. I shouldn't have to be scared to say, look, fucking treat me with respect. Don't throw trash in my yard. I wouldn't do it to him. I wouldn't do that to anybody. Here's a video. Sorry for yelling. It's just, I'm a human being literally going through this every single day in this country, and people are just thinking that I'm just a lunatic. I'm not. This has been an ongoing pattern of abuse. It's like they just do just enough just to set you off. I stood up for myself today, and I'm going to keep getting these, and I'm going to file a lawsuit. Because I've not had the full use of my property the entire time I've lived here because of him. Them. That woman, his wife, threw herself down. When I first moved in, I didn't know the drama that was going on. Neighbor's dog sitting here, not even 100 feet from her. She throws herself down. This used to be on my film, on my cameras. Now, had they came over here and asked me for it, I would have got it for him. I watched her throw herself down. The dog never left the yard. The dog was over here with his daddy. Dog never left the yard. She throws herself down and rams her arm into the gravel and then tells police that that she got bit by the dog. The dog never went over there. They're a liar. I'm not a liar. So I'm just going to, every single time that I see this petty stuff going on, I'm going to freaking record it. And I'm going to put it up here. That way, when I disappear, you all might know who's done it. How did the electrical get messed up? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who's done what. I should not have to live in fear. I shouldn't have to live in fear. I shouldn't be harassed. And furthermore, I know the police were trying to be respectful, and they're like, why don't you just go inside? And I told them, I said, this is probably the most comfortable seats that I have. That's why I sit in my car a lot. Because I'm in so much pain. I'm in so much pain. It's the most comfortable seat that I have. I can sit here probably longer than I can anywhere else, but at the same time, driving, I can't drive for a long distance either. I can sit, I can lay, I can twist, I can wait. And I told him, I said, now I need knee surgery and shoulder surgery. I'm in constant agony. I am disabled. My government is not really looking after me. And I just got a message from Andre Carson, and I wrote him to all these things. I wrote all these things. Like, some of the things that I'm going through, but mostly I wrote that a massive change needs to happen. Because I worry about the lives of everybody in America. I'm worried about the lives of people in other countries as well. This isn't just here. There are just wealthy people that are involved in things. Now, I don't consider that guy wealthy at all. He gets off on just hurting women. That's his MO. And maybe kids, I don't know. Why do you like to look at the kids? Why are you worried about what everybody else is doing? Why can't you just come over here like a civil human being, get your mail, and go across the street instead of throwing trash into my yard? To which you'll then call the Mayor's Action Center to have the government harass me. I shouldn't be harassed. I've done nothing wrong. I have been made povertized by this accident. I have been a victim over and over and over again, and I'm just standing on my own 2 feet, saying that I'm not going to be treated that way anymore. And for anybody that doesn't understand that, I'm happy you don't have to experience it. But just because you don't have that experience doesn't mean other people don't. And those are the people that vote for presidents like we have. Like that. That's who does it.